Hello students, this is Sister Malaman, and this is a video to show you how to complete your budget and expenses part 2. So this is in lesson 7, and this is also due on Saturday. The good thing is that you have already started this assignment in your budget and expense part 1. So this is just for the entire semester. You're supposed to be keeping track of your expenses and your budget. So this is how it's going to be graded. It has to be using an electronic spreadsheet. It has to show the expenses that you've had in the last 4 weeks, and you have to use the sum formula. See here where it says sum, and I'm going to show you how to do that. So here's just an example. Let's say, and I'm going to be looking for these specific items. I'm looking for your budget. So your budget is not the amount of money that you spent. Your budget, remember, is the amount of money that you plan and that you set aside for each category. So I plan on, this is just an example, making 5,000, maybe 1,000 somewhere else. I plan on paying my tithing, and then here I have my total income minus my tithing. I do that so I don't count my tithing money as income. So I make sure that I pay it first in the month. So I don't even consider it as part of my income, so I don't forget to pay it. All right, and then I have my expenses. These are my budgeted expenses. $500 for savings, $800 for food, $1,500 for rent, etc. You can see this is how much my family decided that we would spend, as this example, on these items. It's not what I actually spent. Okay? And then down here, I use the sum formula, and I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to be looking for at least one area where you use the sum. The sum formula is used to add up a lot of different items really quickly. So all you're going to do is say somewhere where you want to have a total and add a whole bunch of items together. You're going to say equals, and then you write sum in all capitals. Use an open parenthesis, and you see it says you can either list the numbers number 1, comma, number 2, comma, or what I like to do is I like to select. I'm just selecting with my mouse, and then I close my parentheses, and you can see all this that is in blue, it's going to add together. And so it comes up with my total expenses is 5,000. So this is my budget. Then in January, I should have done already my actual money that I spent. So it may be different than what I had planned. Maybe I made less money, and because I made less money, I had to change the amount that I would have. And then you see here I use the sum again. All right, so you're going to be doing that up until, let's see, we're in February now for this semester. Well, I should say 2017. Let me change that. 2017. So right now, while I'm making this video, we're in February 2017. So you should have finished your January actual expenses, and you should have been putting in your February actual expenses. So your actual expenses may or may not look like your budgeted items. They generally do not, unless it's you earn a salary. So sometimes your salary is exactly the same, you know, etc. But then maybe that month I was only able to put in 205 for my savings. Maybe on food I spent 789.50. Rent is probably always the same. Utilities, those change every month. I know for me they're similar, but they're different. So maybe I spent 172. Maybe I had to take the bus more often, so I spent 520, etc. So you can see that here I'm putting in what I actually spent and not this, not the budget. Because this and this, they often are similar, but they're not usually exactly 100% the same. Unless you are super good at budgeting down to the cent, it's usually not exactly the same. So for this assignment, that's what I'm going to be looking for. It has to be in Excel. You have to show me that you have a budgeted column. And then you have to show me that you have been keeping track for January and February of what you have actually spent. So that's you keeping track of what you're spending and where you're spending it on. And then also I need to see, as you can see here, the sum formula used at least once for a total column. So remember the sum formula, This is how you write it in up here. And then all it does is it's adding all of these blue items together and giving me a total. All right, good luck, and let me know if you have any questions. Thanks.